Now, Michael Jackson's bizarre reactions to accusations that he molested young boys. It's been nearly 10 years since his untimely death, and now, in newly unearthed videotape obtained exclusively by Daily Mail TV, the King of Pop is asked outright about allegations of sex abuse against him. Jackson appears nervous as he smiles, giggles, and shakes his head during what's described as the only time the superstar was ever recorded being questioned on the salacious subject.
Were you ever accused of having sexually molested Brett Barnes?
Won't answer that.
Jackson's lawyer is quick to keep his client from answering the question that haunts the superstar's legacy. But the response from the somewhat shocked singer is odd at best. Similarly bizarre behavior runs all through the tape that was recorded back in 1996.
Mr. Jackson, in the latter portion of 1993, there were some allegations leveled at you concerning improper conduct with some young boys. I assume you're familiar with the fact that those allegations were raised. Is that right?
Yes.
Jackson was being deposed in a lawsuit brought by 5 of his former employees at Neverland Ranch who sued him for wrongful dismissal. At issue, did Michael Jackson threaten staff who some believe saw him act inappropriately with young kids? As the lawyers for both sides squabbled over the validity of the direct sex abuse questions, Jackson seemed visibly shaken. The lawyer for the plaintiffs managed to get in another question that also set Jackson off. It was about Macaulay Culkin.
To your knowledge, were you ever accused of having sexually molested Macaulay?
That's an instruction not to answer on that one.
Jackson squirmed and fidgeted every time the sex abuse line of questioning came up. Whatever was at the core of Jackson's curious reactions, this tape appears to be the only time the musician was directly grilled about sexual abuse in court or on camera. He settled out of court with accuser Jordy Chandler for a cool $20 million back in the mid-90s. And Jackson never took the stand in the 2005 case against him, brought by Gavin Arvizo, a case in which Jackson was acquitted.
Michael Jackson, not guilty, all 10 counts.
Jackson also seemed to become easily distracted during his deposition, stretching, yawning, and even laughing out loud. Jackson, however, did get serious when handed a document and asked to identify the handwriting on the paper.
Do you know whose handwriting it is?
It's mine.
Do you know what these documents are?
Yeah.
What is this?
Crazy stories that people have created. Things I wanted to set straight in an interview. I want to set the record straight, that if people hear a lie long enough, people believe it.
In setting the record straight, Jackson said he was proud to be black, he was not gay, and his affiliation with children was innocent.
Jesus said to love the children and be like children. And he always surrounded himself with children. And that's how I was raised, to believe and to be like that and to imitate that. So I don't know what you're trying to make out of it.
For the record, both Brett Barnes and Macaulay Culkin insist they were never molested by Michael Jackson. But Jackson's legacy is being challenged once again, this time in a bombshell new documentary, Leaving Neverland. 2 former young companions of the pop star, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, allege Jackson sexually abused them during sleepovers at Neverland Ranch. Based on the 1996 deposition tape, only one can speculate whether or not the superstar would want to comment on these new claims.
Not really.
That's fine.
But thanks for asking.
HBO has not released an air date for Leaving Neverland, but has previously indicated that the documentary will air in 2 parts this coming spring. It is also set to air on Britain's Channel 4.